Hello and welcome to the CDR. Round 5 takes us to the Algarve International Circuit in Portimao in Portugal for the latest round in the championship. It's the first one of the new year, of course. We've begun Q1. In terms of the timing of this session, it is inaccurate at the moment because we've only just come in. We're already about 6 minutes into this session, so ignore what's on the screen at the moment with the time. But so far, Dean Conn in the Aston Martin is fastest. Weatherman Harry in 4th. And we've got Henke in 5th place at a Flick, Scotty, Bruges, Aidan Gray, Jaihu and Synix, who've all posted times at the present moment. We lose the slowest 5 at the end of this Q1 session, so this is not the battle for pole position. This is to see who ends up in positions 16th to 20th. There is Martin in the Alfa Romeo on the medium compound. And we go on board with him as he makes his way through turn 12, and now he brakes for 13. Nails the apex quite nicely, actually. Martin, who has shown some strong pace, he was on pole last time out at Silverstone. Could he become a championship contender later in the year? Or later in the season, I should say. The season finishes towards the end of March for the CDR this season. Season 3 it is. And Martin goes over the line to post a 1:18.0 on the medium compounds. Yeah, I'd hoped for better than that, quite frankly. So there's Jaihu on circuit as well. He's going faster through sector 1. He did so last time. Jaihu has had a relatively strong season so far. He didn't finish last time out at Silverstone, but he's picked up a 2nd and 2/5, which sees him, in regards to the championship, he currently sits 5th, just 1 point behind 4th place Bruges. Of course, Bruges is fastest at the moment, but there's still some drivers out there who have yet to post a time. So we're about 9 minutes into the session, not 3, in case you are wondering. So hopefully the leaderboard will update itself properly. Jaihu goes over the line and he goes 5th fastest. He was about half a second up from before, so that's a more comfortable lap time there for the Haas pilots. Synix has begun a fast lap. Droftis is coming towards the end of what is set to be a more representative lap time for the championship leader. He had a tough time at Silverstone, only 8th for him, but his nearest championship rival, Dom Rabico, was only 13th. And so Joss has extended his lead in the championship. He's most definitely got a better lap time on the board here so far. Rabico hasn't been out on track yet. His McLaren teammate, Jay Hartnell, is currently. And he's looking good to get this lap in. So Hartnell over the line for 11th fastest, 1:17.7 for him. And I would say you need to be around about the mid 1:17s to almost guarantee yourself a place into Q2. Albie does post a time, but it's not a representative one, so he'll need to go again. Synix coming over the line now. It almost looks like he was going in the pits there. 1:17.7 for the AlphaTauri driver. Just behind his teammate Scotty, the reigning champion, who has not had the best of starts to his title defence. So far this season, Scotty missed the last 2 events at Silverstone and Budapest. 13th in China and 6th in Zandvoort. And Colin goes fast as 1:16.5, 6/10 faster than 2nd place Bruges. So Albie is 600ths up, sorry, 600ths down from before through sector 1. I'd imagine sector 2 is where he lost a lot of the time last time around. It's definitely going a lot quicker here. 3.8 seconds up. Albie had a good qualifying session at Silverstone. last month before we took a 3-week break for Christmas. I hope you all had a good Christmas yourselves. Do let us know what you got. Anything motorsport related. I have picked up a good motorsport related presents, but more on that later. Albie 7th with a 1:17.4, which is a decent lap time. To the Red Bulls next, because Emil's on a fast lap. Hamster is as well. Emil's further around the racetrack than his teammate. Now Emil, who competed as a reserve at Silverstone 3 weeks ago, didn't finish unfortunately. He retired in the closing stages. Just trying to remember what position he was before he actually crashed out, because it was towards the end of the race that he had his moments. He was up to 3rd before he crashed out on the old pit straight. It was a very gutting moment for him, but hopefully it's redemption time here in Portugal. Emil over the line, and it's a 1:17.9, only good enough for 17th fastest, so Emil will need to go again. There's around about 5.5 minutes to go in this qualifying session, not 11.5 minutes. Hamster over the line, only 14th for him, which is below expectation, quite frankly, because I'd have thought it'd been a lot higher than that. That just shows how close the lap times have been during the course of this season, not just in this session. Here's Henke in the Mercedes. One of the reserves being called in for tonight. Goes over the line, and it's 1:17.5. It's only a fraction faster than before, but good enough to leapfrog Weatherman Harry. There's Dan, currently in P6 in the Ferrari, looking comfortable enough to get into Q2, and he's going a 10.5 up from before. So this is promising to be a good lap for him. There's no traffic ahead, although the next one ahead is just going through turn 15, so Dan won't need to worry about traffic between now and the finish line. So Dan over the line for Ferrari, 1:17.1 for him, a 10 faster than before, and he goes into P5. Now Rabico is on a fast lap. He's yet to get a time on the board. Martin is out on circuit on the soft compound, so we expect him to leapfrog a lot of drivers, because he posted his time earlier on the mediums. Rabico in the McLaren over the line, the guy second in the championship. Well, he's second on the timing pages with a 1:16.9. That should see him through into Q2. And further behind, Martin went 8th on a 1:17.3. So the driver at risk at the moment is Sinex in 15th with a 1:17.7. He's only a couple of hundredths above the drop zone. Hamster in there as well, as is Jay Hartnell. Aidan Gray in there, as is Big Boy in the Haas, and Emil in the Red Bull is also in. 1:17.9 is the time he has set. The fastest being a 1:16.5. Now looking at the gaps, from Bruges in 3rd to Emil in 20th, the gap is just a little over 8 tenths. That is how close it is. I would imagine with the track evolving as it is, the lap times will get quicker, and I think drivers will be looking over their shoulders, will be thinking, I probably should go again. But that would probably mean sacrificing some life on a fresh set of soft compound tyres. There's Martin, who's not on a representative time. We'll come away from him. Weatherman Harry is on a fast lap, so we'll stay with him. I think Jay Hartnell may be on a lap as well. He's further around the circuit, so we'll stay with Hartnell. How is he getting on through Sector 2? The answer to that is a 10th up from before, so it's a significant improvement considering the circumstances with the way the lap times have been clocked. Hartnell could get himself out of the bottom 5. He just only really needs like a few hundredths to get out of the drop zone, but he needs more than that. In fact, he's going into the pits. He feels that he needs a fresh set of boots put on. And Weatherman Harry is coming over the line now, nearly half a second up through Sector 2, and he goes into a 1:17.0, nearly into the 1:16. That lap time should be good enough to net him a place in the second part of qualifying. And Flicks is on a fast lap, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. He's got round about 60% of his ERS left, so I would assume he is on a fast lap. He's gone in too quickly there into turn 8, he's backed out of it, so we'll come away from him. Big Boy went faster than before. He was 19th a moment ago, he's now up to 11th on a 1:17.4. He's not on a representative time here, so that could be him through to Q2 unless others can improve. Albie is in 10th right now on a 1:17.4, but I would imagine he's going to be going on another flying lap. We've got round about 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in this qualifying session. Albie nearly a 10th up by sets of 1. So looking good for him to give himself more of a buffer through turn 7, where you only really need to decelerate. And then you line the car up for turn 8. It's a very tricky corner, that one. A lot of drivers do get caught out with the undulation as well as the rotation. Albie coming through set 2. Wasn't the best line there through turn 11, but he's still a couple of tenths up from before. So this is looking good for him to bag a place in Q2. Albie, who's now in an Alfa Romeo seat full time in Tier 1 in the CDR. Entering the last corner. It's a very nice corner, it's turn 15. Albie over the line, and it's a 1:17.3. Did lose a little bit of time in the last sector, but it's still an improvement for him. He stays 10th, but he gives himself more of a comfort buffer. Scotty through sector 2, improving. I'm just looking to see who is on a fast lap as well. I think Emil is on a fast lap, although he's not up by sector 2. He's a 10th down from before. I think this could well be his last lap here. Emil goes over the line, and it's not an improvement, stays 20th, so Emil is out of qualifying. Aidan Gray's also out. Hartnell is coming round to start a fast lap. Hamster needs to get over the line to improve, which he's not going to do so because his lap time's been invalidated. So the checker flag is out. Hamster's out of qualifying. Sinex is out. Hartnell also missing the checker flag. Aidan Gray also missing it. So Flicks, who's just come into the pits, can breathe a sigh of relief. He's through in 15th place. Now Teddy is on a fast lap. He got over the line in time, but he's way down through sector 1 anyway. So the 5 drivers we will lose at the end of Q1, they are Sinex, Hamster, Hartnell, Gray and Emil. Hamster will be very, very annoyed with that. I think that's another Q1 exit for him. I'm just trying to remember the last time out at Silverstone. He didn't get very far in qualifying, I don't believe. No, he got knocked out in Q1 at Silverstone 3 weeks ago, did Hamster. So it's another early exit for him in qualifying. But at least he'll to start the race on. Scotty going over the line. And he does not improve. Teddy going over the line also in the Mercedes. I'm just wondering, is Emil on a fast lap? No, he's not. No, Emil is not on a fast lap. So he's going to find the race later quite tough for him. Down at the back of the grid. Colin fastest ahead of Rabico by nearly 0.04 of a second. Do feel free to get involved in the live chat, folks. We are keen to hear from you. Perhaps those who have just been knocked out in Q1, you may as well get involved in the conversation. So we're just waiting for the session to come to a close so we can get the classification on our screen. So here we are with Colin fastest, but that's not to determine the grid up front. It's at the back that matters. Synix out in the AlphaTauri. Hamster also gone for Red Bull. That's a bit of a shocker, that one. Hartnell also eliminated, along with Gray and Emil. The 15 drivers will go through to Q2. The top 15, that is, will be back in a moment. Welcome back to Q2, I should say. We're just waiting for some cars to head out on track. We're just waiting for the screen to add the graphics up so we can see the drivers involved. Not sure why it's not allowing me to do that. I think it may well be because of the fact that when the leaderboard ended on the time limit that showed, that could maybe have a say on it, but hopefully that will change in the next few moments. So unfortunately, we're not able to do anything whilst the cars are on the track. What I might have to do actually is come out of the lobby again and go back in it. So we can see some cars on the track, but obviously I'm not able to move or toggle along different drivers. So we can only apologise if you are watching. Hopefully it will change. Yeah, it's not allowing me to even get the pause menu up. So what I'm going to have to do again, guys, is close the broadcast and open up a new one again. And we'll be back in a moment. We can only apologise for the inconvenience.